Thank you.
David Paul.
Mr. Vice Mayor and Council, good evening. I'd like all three of you on my jury if someone ever harms my child. Today's 9/11, and as I reflect back, 9/11 had a deep impact on me on many levels. I had to pull away from the TV that morning and go over to Antelope Valley Hospital where I was receiving outpatient treatment. They were going to give me IV steroids, and I had to go through that for a couple of days. In some senses, the treatment wound up being worse than the disease, and I had a lot of health complications. Destroyed both my hips. Old Doc Lawrence told me that in 40 years I was only the second person he saw that had bilateral avascular necrosis. My hips just died. They destroyed my eyes. I had cataracts taken off, artificial lenses put on, and only through the magic of Dr. David Parks, when I detached my retina, can I even see. But my sight is not what it was. So it's hard to get old, and it's hard to be injured. I think you remember back in January when I hobbled up here on my foot. You know, I'm a man, I like to be tough. I grossed out our city clerk by showing her the pictures I'd taken of my swollen foot. It turns out that 3 months later I learned from my chiropractor that I also broke my coccyx and my sacrum. And if you don't know what it's like to do that, it's like having battery jumper cables connected to certain parts. It's incredibly painful, but you just push on, you just push on. I had the opportunity to try again to participate in the streets of Lancaster. I was out on the track driving, and it's incredibly painful on my hips that haven't healed. The sun is terrible. The heat, if you want to kill me, just put me in a hot room. But all these things combined have made me realize that, you know, there are just some things that a man should realize he can't do. And for that reason, I'm going to take the safe route and not participate, but I appreciate everything the city did to make me feel welcome. And there's one other thing I wanted to say to the mayor. You know, Mayor, I didn't want you to find out like this, but I love your mother, and she's sitting over there worried, sick that you're going to hurt yourself in the race. It's no shame. I'm a much tougher man than you. If you want to back out, you can do it with me. That would be great. And if not, well, I'll fill your place with your mom and console her, so you're covered. But it's no shame to back out, and that's not a sport for the timid. Thank you, everybody.